かつて天空には
ことか？犯罪の名においてボンボン爆ないよ。へいへいはっ全部ドカーン。ほいよい
みんながそばに。
はっいやボンボン爆弾。へいよいほい
冒険全力攻撃。
ドッカー花火。ボンボン爆弾。はあランララン。たっただほい
全員どけ。
痛いよはじけろ。
くらえ。みんなは俺が
火力全開。やっやいやあよいほいボンボン爆弾。はっへいやなんだな。 たのかな。あれ、どこどこ？あれ？バレたら一日反省室に閉じ込められるけど、お魚は美味しいからやりがいあるよ。あれ？どこ？今日ね、クレイ変わった模様のトカゲを捕まえたんだ。見たことない模様だから見てみる？爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。クレイと一緒にお魚をドカーンしに行く？バレたら一日反省室に閉じ込められるけど、お魚は美味しいからやりがいあるよ。
Zong itu nih
爆
biasanya.
弾持
Mah
ち
dapat
すぎ
Kiki
たのか
coba.
な。あ、
Mah dapat Kiki. Mah dapat Kiki. Omlet ya. Omlet pokoknya. Mah dapat Kiki.
あれ？どこ？爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。あれ？どこ？爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。ランララン、たっただ。
みんながそばに。
ドクア花火やはっほっやい
はあ、吹っ飛べ。うわっ、
はじけろ
いや、燃えろ。
やっはあ
冒険だ冒険。全力攻撃だ。
ひひ火力全開うえうん
くらえ。
陣営のごとく
やばいよ
たまたまよ。
燃えろ。
ほい
行くわよ。
ボンボン爆弾
くらえ。みんなは俺が守る。
は
ディ
あやっひひそれ
はあ、吹き飛べ。
アや
はあやっへいやーやいなんだろ
へっ。
はあ
急がないと期待に応えられなかったら。
売れるわけへいほっよいしょ
はっ
Masa sih? Ini lancar-lancar aja kok.
あれどこへいはあ
休むことも大事だけど気を抜きすぎてはダメよ。やっ
クレイ変わった模様のトカゲを捕まえたんだ。見たことない模様だから見てみる？爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。なんだな。あれ？
いざ。はっふん、隙あり甘い。はっはっやっせっふふんはっさせっはっ難攻不落。ふんやっふん隙あり甘い。天理チョーク剣女盤石。たっはっ隙ありはっ
逃がさないわよ。
はっ
ちょっとビリビリさ
これすまんすまん。新天道地せやはっ天道万象はっふんたっ
行くぞよ。燃えよトン。はは急ぐ。いやはあそこだ。ボンはっはっ炎食いの剣トン。いやよっほれ。あそこだ。さあ下がれ食らえトン。はあほれやめそこだ。はいやははボンよっトン。
Nyampe enak juga anjir. Cepet tagnya dapat.
6308式ユニット無双の風。ほいやいやなんだなボンボン爆弾。おおよい吸引テスト開始。超拡散警戒。へへ
間違えた。
You wish man。
場内爆破は反省室。怪我人いると。よい爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。なんだな。だっただ。
おや、お客さん、こちらへどうぞ。
6308式吸引テスト開始。 はじけろ。へい。無双の風シミュレート。特艦花火。
おやお客さん。
なんだなん。星とし無事きょ
即戦即決。よっ。行くわよ。行くわよ。 仕事の時間ですか？
せっかくのチャンスだ。本気を出して俺を楽しませてくれ。投稿も一つの選択だよ。俺は敗者に優しいからね。隙あり。はっ、少しは成長したよ。
ついていきます。
俺相手によくここ。
次のおしゃわり禁止。
子供たちよ、こっちに行きなさい。
どうしたんだ？
いや、今回は
贈り
以前戦まだ幸い。ばあやはおや、いろいろと前に子供たちが入った
あんなすごい。
あの世界を、まあ昔の話はこの辺にし。
そうだぞ。
まあ二人ともそうせかすでない。必要な材料は例えば敵、そしじゃがさらに水角石は来た。
転売。
まあ
泣く。
ばあや、ただいま。おや、この二人は？
紹介しよう。この子は縁妃。さっき言ってた縁妃。こちらは旅人と。
ああ、もちろん知ってる。洗顔軍の記録に詳しく載っていたから。以前ゲーセン儀式の騒動で洗顔軍に不審者として指名手配され、絶運の間で洗顔軍を撃退し、ファデュイとも関わり、最後はバーヤと共に魔人を撃退。七星のおかげで容疑が晴れたと。実に惜しい。そう、私に会えなかったことが。もっと早くに会えていたらその場で容疑を晴らすとまではいかなくても、 少なくとも。改めて自己紹介しよう。私は円妃、法律家だ。法律に関する困りごとがあれば、ああ、そうだ、私の名刺を。急用なら、その住所に手紙を。ああ、それと、初めてのお客さんには割引があって。
円妃、そろそろ本題に入ろう。今の二人には、子供たちや、そう驚かないでおくれ。この子はいつもこうな。
オイラたちがこれまで会ってきた仙人とは。
仙人？まあ、そうとも言える。お父様は自分のことを仙人、かつて、元王帝君と共に戦場に立ってそれから私が生まれた。私が大きくなった後、お父様はお母様と一緒に。
なんか勝手だな。
お父様から聞いた話による。まあ、そのことについては一旦置いて。けど、水角石だけは、どうしても探す手立てがない。今、双眼鏡園は完全に封鎖されていて、入れそうにない。申請をしようにも、それも通らないだろう。どうやら。
そうじゃったか。しかし水角石がないとなると、円妃、何か案はあるかのう。
分かってる。バーやから。ちょっと待ってて。調べてみる。
うわ、すっごく分厚い本だな。
商業競技、鉱石、スネーシナヤ。見つけた。このクロッサルというスネージナヤの商人から希少な鉱石の法律に関して依頼されたことがある。彼は水角石を仕入れてかんざしを作ろうとしていた。よし、彼を探してくる。もしかしてお前も一緒に来るのか？ダメとは言わないが、横で見ているだけ。
法律を理由に警告してくるなんて。そんな仙人初めて会ったぞ。彼女と行動するときはオイラたちもいろいろ注意しよう。
芝生に寝転がると大地の鼓動が聞こえてきます。
クロッサールさん。
ええ、
小さな手だ。
円妃さんは
水角。
それはもしその代わり
本物で。
当然です。きちん。
では志功さんの居場所はわかるか？彼女を訪ねて。
ええ、知っています。
感謝する、クロッサルさん。
行け。急がないと。一体どうすれば。はい、思考ですが、私に何か。
突然すまない。私たちは志功さんがクロッサルさんからかんざしを借りていると聞いてここに来たんだ。そのかんざしに興味がある。見せてはくれないか？
そのかんざしは今お見せできません。うっかりなくしてしまいまして。きちんと持っていたはずなのに、紙にもつけていなかったのに、一体いつどこで。このかんざしを借りるためすでに多額のお金を使っています。もし弁償することに、私の家はすでにあと数日するとあのかんざしを借りたのは、しかしそのかんざしをなくしてしまっては。
なんかよく見る点。
ちょっと待った。探すのはまだ。
契約書ですか？
どれ？
そうか、縁妃は法律家だからそれも。
なるほど。契約書は見終わった。それに契約書には弁償額は市場価格を参考にするとも。水角石の希少価値
もっとですか？
思考。
でもそれは
回りくどい言い方。どう考えてもその
だがかんざしを見つけたら。
やはり面倒はかけられます。いくらだろうと払います。これ以上クロッサルさんに隠していても仕方あります。
確かにそれも法律にのっとったやり方だ。志功さん、もう少しお待ちを。一番
最初に触った時です。私の家でも玉石。
触り心地がいい。なんでもない。
Ya? Apa tadi?
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
I should open
Miss Yunfei.
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossell's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and—
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages.
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like—
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is also the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage. But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on—
Why, hello there, honored customers. Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services?
A Snezhnayan merchant named I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed—
Do you have any leftover—
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on jade?
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's—
A thin layer of
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite?
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by—
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates— and, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost—
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Miss—
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them.
Try your luck betting on jade? Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to—
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store wasn't—
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stone shaving?
Of course. But might I ask—
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Miss—
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell will—
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Xingxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many—
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, but the amendments made by— As such, legal advisors like myself—
So you help them—
Yes, well,
You—
You sound surprised. Knowing the law in— Oh, this has nothing to do with being in—
Again,
Well, that's that then.
Try your luck betting on jade?
What should
Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a
Crossel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only—
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence.
Miss Sinksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more.
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite— Mr. Crossel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures. I also kept a copy for my own records. See, for the inlaid gemstone—
Thank you, Sinksy.
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it—
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks—
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume some—
I believe we have almost all the evidence.
The weirdo?
Because once we have this final—
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 mountain treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring it is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarity.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to, I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if you're
you needn't concern—
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as
Take
weird
care
as
now,
ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the—
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now—
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. Mr. Crossel, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you're liable for this sum, which is
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake?
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an app.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite.
That's an unsubstantiated but—
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence.
Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
This document.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know—
Of course I'm right. All the evidence.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't— Traveler, would you do the honors?
What?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item— I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigation.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite—
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't
actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
He's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from— I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then—
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much— If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of—
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original—
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of—
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite!
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally—
Ms.
However, Mr. Crossell—
What? But
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust—
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should—
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Miss...
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no...
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. Cross, I could see from the... If we could
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends.
Exactly. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hair.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, an Adeptus. Speaking of, Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by... The title of Adeptus means fresh in any case. Don't you think that the
Paimon can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came...
You've returned. How did it go? Well, good, good. Then we have all the material.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of...
Oh, you. All right, then. Go...
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd...
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so... Yanfei, my... Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
There we go. This, hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little...
Wait a minute, Granny!
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've all...
Around it. Hey! There's a perfectly good house right over there! What still? Why is it... Oh, wait a second.
Seems that we have a...
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. Hang on a moment. Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me...
So you're the little helper, Madam...
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. You may leave all. Your journey may be far, though it is the Adepti who. Thus, we teapots, you may consider me. Now, allow me to. Have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint.
Blueprints?
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Just commit the image of the objects to memory, then simply release the thought from.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole.
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained that he said that even though subspace creation, this world is not.
A golden-eyed.
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's. If there's. Maybe. 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 If you have. next on the agenda?
Drinks at the Cat's Tail. Oh, hey, it's you, Travel. Judging from your expression, seems like you really... The Cat's Tail is renowned for its incredible specialty drinks. And just as its name suggests, there are time simply starts slipping away when you're enjoying a delicious specialty cocktail and surrounded by a bunch of cute... but you don't seem well, that shouldn't be a problem. Diana will be there. She's the best bartender. It should be a piece of cake for her to whip you up a drink with. Oh, and not to mention... oh, no. Did I? Anyway, if you want to check out the Cat's Tail for yourself, the entrance is... I'm gonna go over there and sober up a bit.
There's a strange wanderer near Wolfland.
All out of ingredients. Again. Ugh! I really don't understand why these adults love to drink so much.
Because all the drinks you make are so delicious. All it takes is just one sip and they're hooked.
And I thought self-control was the most important quality of being an adult.
Well, it just so happens that self-control often falls...
All that means is that they're nothing but a bunch of drunk... Hey! Who you calling Kitty? Haven't you seen anyone of the Cat's Line Blue?
Oh, hello there. Are you here to visit the Cat's Tail? Oh, you're here for the drinks?
Besides, you don't look like you're even old enough to drink yet. A non-alcoholic beverage? There are tons of other places, but seeing as you came all the way to a tavern for a non-alcoholic drink? That must... Unless you just want to try a drink because you think it's the romantic thing that adults do. I just don't get why everyone is so obsessed with alcohol. What's so good about it anyway?
That's enough, Diona. This traveler obviously made a trip here to have a drink. We should always do our best to satisfy... Consider this the tavern management's request.
Oh, all right. So one special cocktail... Fine. Since you seem to fantasize about alcohol so much, I'll make you something that'll crush whatever dreams you had about the stuff. That way, maybe you won't become another one of those annoying and smelly old drunks over it. Though we do have some drink base and flavoring ingredients left. Since you're looking for a special drink, I'm willing to put in the effort and search for some special ingredients. But considering the time, I can only make either the drink's base or flavoring more special. So, what'll it be? The drink's base or flavoring to be more unique? A drink with special flavoring, huh? Well, that'll be easy enough. I was planning... let's go visit Blanche first. I placed an order for some flavoring ingredients that should be ready by now.
Strange wanderer near Wolfland.
Welcome. Is there anything you need?
Hello, Blanche. Is the order I placed last time ready yet?
Diona, let me... Yes. 15 lizard tails, 7 vials of butterfly dust. Everything other than the bottle of frog mucus.
No rush on that. I'll take whatever's ready. Someone from the tavern will come to settle the bill later.
All right. Thank you for your business.
Have you forgotten already? I told you. This is a list of ingredients that I put together after consulting many people. The ones we picked up today were primarily from an alchemist named Timaeus. He mentioned things like lizard tails and crystal cores. But I think crystal cores overlap too much with the texture of ice cubes, so I chose not to use them. I have, however, always wanted to try frog mucus. According to Timaeus, it can make the texture... Now all we have left to get is some fish scales and slime condensate. Let's search for those in the wild. Once we have everything, I can make...
Whether it's the meat or other, there's also a strong but interest most people can't handle. Well, I just heard. Anyways, go down there and catch us a few Did you catch any fresh? Did you catch? Hey, you're pretty good at this. And you swim really well, too. You're almost as good as the cats I look after. First, we need to scrape off the scales. Oh, the smell of fish, along with that unique grassy smell, it's so strong. But that's okay. It's too much for you, huh? I guess I can understand. You're not a professional. All right, that'll just... Next, we need to get... Look! Those are the slimes we're looking for. If I go after those, can you defeat those slimes and bring me the... Did you get... Great job! Quick and precise. Only people who don't drink can... I think slime condensate will enhance the taste. You might be a little unfamiliar, but aside from the taste of the alcohol, those old drunkards are also very keen on the texture of the... For example, sticky like honey, or they use these beautified ways of describing their drink. The reason why I want to use slime condensate, once I put this in, those boozers wanted to try, so I can, in order to attract, they use spend on wineries at the heart. They're one and only. Not only is it a crop, my mission is to make the worst. This is why I'm, however, I really don't know what I need to do to make the most harm. I've always, what are you trying? Believe me, I've done my, or else. That's first purposeful. That's a good. All right then. Now where could I? Nope. Let's head back.
Diona? And this is? Ah, what a coincidence running into you two here. Are you out collecting ingredients? So I myself know a thing or two about mixing drinks, but Elzer tells I've been looking for some inspiration, but I've been stuck in a rut.
You mean I should ask him for some professional pointers? All right. Perhaps he'll do. Yeah, I mean, aren't you trying to find new mixing inspiration?
Oh, why, I'd be honored.
However, for the ingredients, we must...
We need to use these materials. Let's go back to the winery. I have some basic mixing tools there.
You mean we have to...
Well, given that the cat's tail and ain't besides... There are many loyal patrons at Angel. In any case, I wouldn't recommend going to Angel's Share. Besides, the winery's close by. There's no need for us to go so far.
Speaking...
Elzer? Sure.
Just as long as he... Except for the
仕事がまだ終わってません。休んでいいのでしょうか？
よし、来たね。周りを見てごらん。まあ基本的なものしかないけど、ひとまずはこれで十分だと思う。お酒、そういえばリオナちゃんは酔っ払いが嫌いらしいね。今日は腕を磨き合う場だから、死因も最低。
わかった。うん、道具もこれで足りると思う。
これは実はだから準備はいつディオナちゃんが来て。そうだ、来た。
彼女でいいと思うけど。
いや、彼女はまだ。さすがはセピロス騎士団の栄誉騎士。わきまえならシーン。
コーナー探しましたよ。ここで言った。
エルザーさん、ちょうどいいところに。今ディオ。
おや、
ちょうど感想をくれるシーン係を探していたところなんです。
もちろん喜んで。
なんであのエルザーっていうおじさん。そう、あのおじさん、時間があればキャッツテールに来るんだけど、その度に虫唾走るような言葉で私を口説いてくるの。暁ワイナリーと契約して新しい私はまずいお酒を作り出そうとしてるのに、あの人はそんなのお構い。
それでは早速。
いいけど、これはさっきも言ったようにバーテンダー同士の腕の磨き合い。
無関係。いや、しかし
エルザーさん。
ああ、そうですな。
それじゃあトカゲの尻尾には苦味がある。スライムの液体は、それから鱗は、まあとりあえず。よし、できた。
この色と艶、他のお酒とはい口に入れた瞬間、蒸留酒の刺激とダンディライオン酒の清涼さが伝わってくる。それからこのねっとりとした食感も実に印象的。いいお酒じゃないですか。進むべき道を見つけたようで。
これも全てディオナちゃんのおかげです。彼女がこのような機会を提案し、ただ蝶々の鱗粉と鱗を
大丈夫ですよ。誰もがディオナみたいに。
本当にあんな材、それなら大丈夫だね。私たちがするのはあいつの手順をめちゃくちゃ。そうだ、あなたが先に真似して作ってみてくれ。プロはね、新しい製法を自分のものにするとき、まず観察を何よりもあなたは助手なりに精一杯まずいお酒を作るといいよ。
今度はディオナの番ですな。
ディオナちゃんがどんなお酒を作るのか楽しみですね。
いいけど、私がやる前に助手に作ってもらってもいい？彼女もお酒。
彼女もお酒が作れるんですか？それはいい。今日は美味しいお酒がたくさん。ではこちらへどうぞ。
いい？粉。
コーナー
成功。
絶対に
分かってますよ。そうそう、 直接入れた。これが
そうそう全ての手順をそうだにゃ。それでこそまずいお酒ができるにゃ。
全部入れるだとどんな舌触
よくやったにゃ。全部入れ。
これはエルザーさん、どうぞ。
コナーこそもしかすると新たな境地を開く。
もうできた？
すまない。このお酒の製法だが、俺には
このお酒は本当にクリエイト。
うまくいった。ちゃんとした作り方から外れればやっぱりまずいお酒になる。見事な腕前だけどこのままじゃお客さんには出せない。そのお酒を渡してちょうだい。私が不純物を取り除いて、それをまずはトカゲの尻尾をスライス。あ、そうだ、鱗も入れないと。あと魚の粘液も混ぜ混ぜ。
エルザーさん、ディオナちゃんは。
私もあんな作り方は見たことありません。でも
この特製ドリンクで真っ黒な酒造業にはいどうぞ味見してみて。これ
おお、このお酒は
どれどれ。そして混ぜる時に砕けた鱗が酒に浸かったことで生臭さが消え、味をより豊かにしている。この大量のスライムの液体も完全に酒を吸収したことで逆に味が濃く。この一杯と比べ。
冗談はやめる。お願い。どんな手？これは何の匂い？生臭くてベトベトしたスライムの液体。想定していた作り方とはまた違うけど、あなたこれでいいから早く
またディオナのドリンクですか？今度は何を作ったのですか？こんなものお願いだからそれを私から遠ざけてください。
ディオナちゃんの特製ドリンクだって。さすがはディオナちゃんの助手。この酒もまた前衛ってすまない。匂いの届かないとこ。
いやいや、私が見てきたお酒の中でもディオナの助手な分かってはいると。それなのに
どんなに奇妙な材料を使おうともディオナちゃん
嘘だと思う。
そうだ。さあ誰も手を。何せ
コーナー。
冗談はあなた。残りの混ぜまず完成だ。
これはまた
これはまた
穏やかな雰囲気。とても好きです。
最高だ。まあキャッツテール、しかも可愛い猫に囲まれながら美味しいドリンクを飲めば、でもノンアルコール、それにとにかく俺は
お酒の
それはもうリオナちゃん。
何それ、誰が猫。
あらお嬢さん、猫うちには確か子猫は愛らしいものね。何せ
猫なんて選ぶっててわがままで、何よその理由は。可愛けりゃ何でも。
お店に来る人の反応を見るに、ほらお嬢さんも子猫たちを見に。でも残念だわ、少し時間をくれ。
私がいつあのいたずらっ子たちを連れ戻すって
これも店
どうせ
お客さん子猫たちと仲良くなれば。今回は
まあ私は猫。とにかく
それじゃ。
どこにもいない。どこ行ったんだろう。心配しないで、方法はあるから。まずはひょっとしたらおもちゃが
あらディオナ、猫用おもちゃを取りに来たのね。オーダー通り補強しておいたから長持ちすると思うわよ。
ありがとう。お金。
ええ、分かったわ。それでそのい
つもお店にいる。よか
った。じゃあ 2,3 日したらお店。
それは
それにしても
だって誰もいない時はキャブ。どうだろう。次は朝。ネルソンは
鹿狩り。
サラさん。
ああ、
その顔ね。ネルソンに大丈夫。でもあいつ今回のね。よし、ロジャーはねえ、あなた屋根に登る。ほんと
おすすめはステーキですよ。最近ますます賑やかにな。
星拾いの崖の景色は有名よ。
瞬く間にはっ。
行け。陣営のごよっ
待って、あれがロジャーだよ。近づいちゃダメ。驚いてみ。さっき準備しロジャーに。よく覚え。うわー、警戒心ゆるゆる。普段は店に来た。おしゃべりはおっとこい。
鉄を撃つコツは。
やっぱりじゃあネルさん。猫ママを見ただけでこんなに喜ぶなんて。いつもお客さんから美味しいものをいっぱいごちそうしてもらって食いしん坊なや。ひょっとしてずる賢い。にゃさあ、よし、次はペイズリーの番だね。前々から大聖堂の近くでこっそり遊んでたみたいだから、そこを探そう。ペイズリーは何派でもない。詳しい話はついてからに。ペイズリー、やっぱりここにいた。あいつにはどんな手も通じないの。好きになるものに傾向がなくて、簡単に言うと世界お店にいる時も他の猫たちと遊ぶだけ遊んで、まあこの花、おい、なーに全然。ペイズリー、よっと、これでよし。にゃによ、その目は。こいつが私に懐いてるのは単に。っていうか、こんな子猫がな。当たり前。さてと。
よかった。
私を子猫の中に含めに。
もちろんよ。
勘違いし、街の中いくらお酒はさしてありとあらゆる当然でしょ。だからまずはエンジェル。いつの日か。まだその、はい、遊ぶ。
急がないと。
聞いたことあるかい？ボーロールに変わったやつがいる。
瞬くみ。
待って、近づいちゃだ。さっきロジャーに。猫マ。ほらね、言ったでしょ。ロジャーはおもちゃが。うわ 警戒心。普段は店に来、そう、いっそのこと。おしゃべりは男。待って、近づいちゃった。さっき準備。ロジャーには猫まん。そうそう、じゃあおもちゃを出して。うわ、普段は偉そう。店に来た。そう、スペシャルドリンクにゃんかよりもモフモフの子猫の方が好かれるに決まってるもん。いっそのこと新メニュー。おしゃべりはこの男。やっぱりじゃあ本当にそれでいいの？まさかとは思うけど、記憶をなくし、猫ママ食いしん坊な。ひょっとしてずる賢い。こいつみたいにできない。なんならお店。さ、こいつを抱いてあげて。大丈夫か。よし、次はペイズリーの番だね。前々から大聖堂の近くでこっそりペイズリーは何？ペイズリー、やっぱりあいつに簡単にお店にいると。まあこの話はおい、何そのやる気満々な。ペイズリー、やっにゃっていうか、こんな子ね。あなたもそう思ってるんだ。今から。それじゃこの猫たちはあなたが責任。私は早く帰って砂糖ドリンクなんか全然。
最高だ。まあキャッツテールにはしかも可愛い猫に囲までもノンアルコール、それにとにかく俺は
放浪寮に変わったやつがいる。
お酒の
それはもうディオナちゃん。
何それ。誰が猫だにゃ。
あらお嬢さん。
Oke. Makasih udah follow.
飲みに来たの？
それにお酒を飲んでいい年じゃな。未成年なのにまさか。
はいはい、それに
わかった。それじゃあなたのようにお酒、そうすればあなたもけどあなたはベースと材料特別なベースね。どうやらもうすでに飲んだくれの素質を秘めてるみたい。よし、じゃあまずはダダウパ。
ついていきます。はいよっほっよっよっほっやっ
Aduh. Halo. Lupa. Tobat sih. Main lagi.
爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。
しっかり働いて真面目に生きる。モンドってそういうところでしょ。
もう少しでダダウパの谷に着くよ。この前お店に飲みに来た冒険者から聞いたんだ。ダダウパの多分それ、あとそのあれがまったく大げさなでもヒルチャールの飲み物でベースを作るのはいいアイディアだと思ったんだ。ダメだ。それに場所はもっとヒルチャールシャーマンの薬草スープのことはパパにも言ったことあるんだ。そしたら見つけたら取ってきてやるって。
誰か来た。あれ、リオナ？
あなたは確か。
僕だよ、エレンだ。デュラフさんといつも。
あなたがここにいるってことはパパはもしか
デュラフさん一人でダダウパの。最初はデュラフさんのおかげもあってさ、火を起こしてけど、それに僕たちはすぐに。
お酒なんか飲むから飲まないで。それで人の。
待って。
あとそれより重要なの。
君がそばに。
あなたも私は守っ。へえ、じゃああのバカよし。
次の仕事は次の仕事は健康よ、世の乱れを切り尽くせ。行け。はあディアじはっはっやい。
なんだったか。なんとかする。
バカパパ。
おーディオナ、俺の可愛いおお、そう、ほら見つけたぞ。パパが
パパ、こんなに酔っ払って
少しだけだ。普段に比べりゃこの壺はディオナが持ってけ。パパはな、さっきの命は。
ああ、ダメだ。あなたまでバカパパ。まずはでもバカ
薬草。
ために
全部ドカーン。ボンボン爆弾。ほいおおへいよい。ドッカー花火。ボンボン爆弾。だっただはじけろ。ははへい。爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。クレイと一緒にお魚をドカーンしに行く。バレたら一日反省室に閉じ込められるけど、お魚は美味しいからやりがいあるよ。あれどこ場内爆破は反省室。怪我人いるところに陣団長あり。山火事は一巻の終わり。これはクレイの騎士団で生きるための心得だよ。爆弾持ちすぎたのかな。一緒にお魚をドカーンしに行く。バレたら一日反省室に閉じ込められるけど、お魚は美味しいからやりがいあるよ。あれどこ
ふむ
ボンボン の仕事は？ついていきます。はっややっおかえり。薬草スープは見つかった？大丈夫。他はでも私バカパパの酔いざまし味が早く作っ薬草これでだ。
犬チャールはどこだ？なんだ？おお、これは酒か。よし、これを飲んだらなんなんだ。どっか持って行ってくれ。
どう？酔いは
ディオナ。
パパはここドリンクでも昼。
エレン、カリ、いや違う。
パパは自分で。私はもう。
ディオナ、
怒ってな。
エレンたちとその次の。
他には。
他？おい。
もういい？ついていきます。
ディオーナちゃん、デュラフさん。
問題ない。エレン。
デュラフさんはでも。
これがお酒を飲んだものの末路だ。大人になっお酒はパパみたい。それにせっかくと今日はもう。もう少し。この前お店に多分それ。あとそのあれがまったく大げさな子。でもヒルチャールの飲み物でベースを作るのはいいアイディアだと思ったんだ。もちろん安心し。場所は冒険者のもっと奥。ヒルチャールシャーマンの薬草スープのことはパパにも言ったことあるんだ。そしたら見つけたら取ってきてやるってパパが約束。
誰か来た。あれ？僕だよ。
あなたがパパは？
デュラフさん。最初はデュラフさんの火を起こしてけど、それに僕たちはすぐに足の。
お酒なんか飲まないで。それで人の。
待って。
あとそれより重要な。
君がそばに。
あなたも私は そうわかった。でも先に言っとくけど、魔物にでもその心配は不要か。どうせ私が。それじゃあ出発しよう。あなたこのルートに沿って進むようにして。もし待って、ここから先は魔物だらけだから気をつけ。別にあなたが心配で言ってるわけじゃね。
ついていきます。
私が。気づかれた。待って、よっよっ。もう少し上手に隠れないとすぐに見つかっちゃうよ。難しかったら木の茂みに隠れててもいいよ。魔物に近づきすぎないよう気をつけて道に沿っていって。ついてこれたんだな。あのバカパパはきっとこの辺り。
次の仕事は
なんだったか。
バカパ
おお、ほら見つけたぞ。
パパ
この壺はパパはな命あるだけじゃ。
ああダメだ。あなたまで。バカパパがまずは先。でもバカパパはあ、このバカパパの言葉を信じるの？聞くならあなたが聞いて。どうせあの壺にはお酒しか入ってないんだから。本当にパパをこの匂いはまさか本当に
どうだディオナ。
バカパパ。
釈壺がなけりゃ直接。
ちょっと待ってて。今から酔いざまし。このシェーカーを持ってきててよ。私に完成。
飲まないぞ。
今さほら。はいはい。
ああ、あれディオナじゃないか。どうしてここに。
ほらパパ。
そうだ、壺いっぱいに入れといたからきっと足りるはずだ。って何
大丈夫。
ああ、そう。
もう大丈夫。
大丈夫。
別に夜中に狩人とそれにありがとう。お酒の
オナちゃん無事でよ。デュラフさん
大丈夫。エレン、
わかりました。
ディオナと
それもパパ。
あの約束。
もう私たちはあと。
わかった。
それでも旅人酒場に
酒を飲む。
デュラフさん、
ついていきます。
店に入ろう。私はシェーカーをきれいにしてパパの酒壺に。どうしたのぼーっとして。ドリンクをこれはどんな材料やどんところこの体質。まあこの待ってなさいかな。ほら
芝生に寝転がると大地のこと ついていきます。
ボンボン爆弾。
全力攻撃だ。
う